Hello, my Puffy Talker fiends. It is GSPAEpro, aka Phil, and I'm going to be doing a random unscripted video because I feel like it. So, a lot of you have probably heard about the whole art fight tracing thing, and I think I have an idea. So, as somebody who's been drawing for upwards of almost fully 20 years now, I am almost 22, oh my god, I feel like for this art fight, as I suppose you could say some sort of protest, I think that everybody who ever uses any references, which you should be doing, by the way, references are like the greatest thing you could be using, please put your reference in your post. I will be putting examples on the screen most likely. I'm saying this because the new rule that they have been putting in place because of tracing allegations, I guess, they make no sense. We have been using references and inspiration for artwork since the dawn of fucking time. I have never in my life heard somebody just fully, entirely be like, if you even thought of another pose while making this drawing, you cannot post it. That's fucking stupid. If you look at any of my posts from the previous art fight, a lot of my stuff actually was based on stuff like anime figures, because I would go on my figure collection and be like, hey, I want a pose that's like this. And I'd draw the little skeleton or whatever right over one of those figures so that I had a good reference point for the pose I wanted. It only makes sense. If you want your drawing to look as best as you would like it to, using a pose reference or using a pose doll like they had mentioned is the best way to go, honestly. Now, I'm not saying that it's like a if you don't use references, die thing. I sometimes will absolutely pull a pose or just a body type out of my ass, but most of the time, when I'm working on a larger piece or a commission piece, I will be using some type of pose reference. And yeah, sometimes people will heavily reference or even just trace stuff like that, and it will look uncomfortably similar to the original post. And in that case, sure, I will somewhat agree with the developers on that, but from the way that that post was framed, or like that addition to the rules was described, it just doesn't make sense. I am gonna be so honest, it feels to me like nobody on that team actually fucking draws. Now, I'm not part of the art fight Discord or anything, but from the things I've seen, I don't mess with that thought process. I do remember seeing a post somewhere, I might try to find it, of another user in the Discord also saying that if you are still using references, then you need to like get good or some shit, like you're not a baby. But I don't know. That's wild. That's a woof. I haven't heard those words since I was like in middle school. But yeah, I will once again reiterate, using as many references as possible in your art fight pieces this year. I will hopefully be joining again, despite this drama, I guess. Yeah. I hope to see you guys' posts. I hope to make some posts about art fight pretty soon, and I hope to update my account. But otherwise, I will be going back to my full-time 40-hour-a-week job. Thank you all for listening. This was GSPAEpro, signing out. Goodbye.